Om Shanti. Can you hear me? I'm visible to you.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you and see you.
Okay, lovely. So I would be gonna teach you the meditation class here. So therapy, Ayurveda, and along with the meditation. Okay, so just wait for a little few more minutes. So if other students will, they can join. So meanwhile, you can talk about yourself. Are you practicing any meditation before? Do you have any idea about the meditation? Uh, any previous experience with to the meditation?
Yes, I do regular meditations in Vajrayana
Lovely.
Buddhism. It's like Shane, Shamatha, Vipassana, Mahamudra,
Okay.
like
Mm.
main. It's like a main structure of every deity meditation, like Green Tara, Avalokiteshvara, Mahakala, and others deities.
Okay, okay. Basically Buddhist meditation, right? The Mahayana,
Yeah,
the modern
Vajrayana.
version of the Buddhist meditation.
It's not modern. It is from tantras, sutras, and tantras,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
lineages
Okay,
like
lovely,
karma
lovely.
our teacher, the root teacher of the lineage. He is the 17th
Mm-hmm.
reincarnation. That's why it's not modern.
Okay, okay, lovely. So you already practicing the one that will bring you more focused, will give you more mind, and you're a more calm person because all the method of the meditation work wonderful on our mind, and yes, it's also lead you towards the meditation. So today class we're gonna talk about what actually meaning of the meditation, how it is,
Sometimes
and the method, the pratyahar, along with
hello.
Hello,
That-
now you can hear me?
Yes, now I hear you. Before sound was
Did
disturbing. Um,
network issues because of that? Let me. What happened? Just a few minutes, Paul. I'll adjust this
okay.
data connection going on.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now you can hear me, my voice clearly.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about these things. So let's begin the class with the chanting the prayer. So again, the Om Shanti is one of the closest mantra which I love to chant since childhood. So you can also decide your own mantra when you are conducting any meditation class or the therapy class. So the mantra which is closer to your heart you can introduce to your student, and then make sure they can pronounce correctly. Okay, so Om Shanti is easy to pronounce it, and everybody across the world, people, no matter what different accent they are having it, they can pronounce correctly, and they feel more connected to this mantra. And so I felt more connection towards it. So Om Shanti. We're gonna start the session. Keep your back, neck straight, aligned. Gently close your eyes, and make sure you choose the sitting posture. Especially for the meditation class, you have to sit on the ground. You can prepare the mat, the pillow, whatever you like to be comfortable for your going into the posture. Any equipment you require, pillows, blocks, bluster, or the carpet, whatever you require, a blanket, choose it and sit comfortably. But it should be grounded, right? You should be using the floor for that. After adjusting your asana, like you're preparing your asana, it's called the place, that place. Then choose your favorite posture. It has to be sitting posture, it could be anyone. And then place your palm in any position. I'm not saying make the mudra or something. In initial level, we don't require the mudras right now. We are just need to understand the concept of the meditation. We have to connect our body more. So we are not including the other tools in the meditation. Okay. So at least basic things we require: sitting, back spine, chin parallel to the ground, and resting our palm on the knee. Only these things we require, the basic things. Then gently closing our eyes and go into your asana. Merge yourself, check the alignment, your palm, your legs. Just scan your body with conscious mind that how's your back. Your spine should be relaxed, shoulder calm. Now, once you're comfortable within your posture, move your attention towards the natural breath, the breath which is going in and coming out. Just observe the natural, pure breath. Now, move your attention towards deep, prolonged, slow inhalation. Take a deep, very slow, prolonged inhalation from the belly and exhale completely from the belly. When you inhale, your belly pop out. When you exhale, belly squeeze in. Now, take a deep, prolonged inhalation for the 3-time Om along with Shanti. So inhale for the Om. Take a deep breath. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the vibration and sensation. Join your both palm. Rub your palm. Place on your eyes. Very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm. Gently open up your eyes with a great smile and say Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So today we're going to understand what actually meaning of the meditation and how we can do the meditation. Okay, these things we're going to talk about it. So I'll write it down few things for you, few words which you need to know. In order to understand the meditative meditation, we look into the Sanskrit word which mean dhyana. So I'll write it down first. Dhyana, which means meditation. Then this dhyana is come from dharana. Dharana, which come along with the practice of pratyahar. pratyahar. And another word which you need to know, samadhi. Why we need to practice the meditation? In order to attain the samadhi. That is the whole concept. But yes, there's other goals, but higher goal of the dhyana, the meditation, to go into the samadhi. So in order to understand the meditation, first you have to understand the pratyahara and dharana. Pratyahara means withdrawal of the senses. Withdrawal of the senses. Dharana means holding, hold, dharana, to hold something. So it's with the contact with the alamban. These are the Sanskrit name which you have to know. Alamban. Alamban. First write it down. Once you write it down, I'll start explaining these words, and then you can understand this chart which I draw it for you.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Okay. So once you're done, let's start. Okay. So basically samadhi, this is the why we are practicing the meditation, to go into the samadhi. Dharana, which lead you towards the dhyana. Pratyahar along with the pratyahar. Now what is these words? So dhyana is basically the meditation. Dhyana means dhi plus yana. This word is made of the dhi plus yana. Dhi means the mind, DHI, dhi means mind, yana, YANA, dhyana. Dhyana make dhyana. So dhi means mind, yan means movement. Movement of what? Movement of the mind. So mind movement. Dhyana, where mind movement stop. With so it means there's a state. The dhyana means this is the state of the mind which is not moving. Mind which is moving in the past or the future. This is right now our scenario. Right now we're having this issue. We're not living in the present moment. We are moving either into the past, brooding about the past, or worrying about the future. This is called movement of the mind. When this stop, when it's gonna stop, it means this is the state of the mind which you're gonna achieve. So dhyana, effortless. So it means it has to be effortless. The meditation, nobody can practice the meditation. You cannot practice the meditation. It comes to you because this is the state of the mind which is requiring no effort. Not a single effort you are practicing in that. You cannot tell I'm meditating. You cannot say, because when you're saying I'm meditating, you're applying the force here, and then you are controlling it. Then you are not into the meditative state, mind moving. You cannot stop your mind like, I have to stop my mind. So the moment you are saying to yourself, I have to stop my mind, this is the thought you are giving to you, and then mind getting into that thought. So it's looked like a very impossible task, but yes, there's a stage where mind automatically gonna stop. When it's gonna happen, we don't know. It depends person to person about his practice. Maybe few seconds your mind gonna stop, and then you're gonna increase the duration. It's like dhyana is basically floating on the river or floating on the ocean. You're not putting effort. For floating, you don't require effort. You just relax your body and you're floating, which is dharana, the concentration. Dharana means concentration. The literal translation of the dharana is concentration, where you are swimming, you're putting the effort, you're trying to swim. So one point of time you get tired. That's why people, when they're sitting for the longer period of time for concentration, the mind get tired. Meditation, whole day you can practice. You not get tired, you not get bored, because it's effortless. But in concentration, when you're doing the dharana, initial level we require the dharana. We cannot directly go into the meditative state. We are not prepared that much. But yes, few people are there who directly go into the dharana, but few seconds they require the dharana, which lead them towards the meditative state, go into the meditation. It's more like when you are trying to swim, first you are trying to learn the swim, and then naturally you start floating on the water because fear come out. Now you are aware of the water, temperature of water, but you have to step into it. So that the second which you are stepping into the water, you're accustomed with the water, and then you little bit do the swimming, and then start floating on the water. Now, how much time you are taking for swimming, for concentration? Few people take very less time. They swim quickly, they learn quickly, and then start floating on the water because they come out from the fear. Now they can float without putting any effort. Same thing happened in this meditation. When you start concentrating, there's one time when concentration become effortless. And then when it becomes, we don't. And you eventually enter into the meditative state. Now you are not bored. The whole 24/7 you can do the practice. It's become natural for you. But initial level, you get bored, you get tired, you feel sleepy because effort is what you are putting into it. So mind get tired, body get tired for sitting for longer period of time. But once you are trained yourself, you come out from the fear of meditation or concentration. Now it's become natural for you. So dharana lead you dhyana automatically. So meditation is not the act of doing it. It's come naturally to you. You don't have burden of doing it. It's the just part, the way you are living your life, it's become the part of your life. You're not trying to take out the separate time for doing the meditation. Now, whatever you're doing, it's become meditation. You're eating, you're drinking, you're sleeping, whatever action you're doing, it's become meditative. So every action become meditative because you are more aware, more conscious. Now you're enjoying everything. Earlier, which you are not enjoying. So it's not like 1 hour, 2 hour, or 3 hour task, but the whole day, your life become meditative. But yes, we are trying to use various of the tool for going into the dharana, practicing the dharana, concentration part, with the help of the alamban. Alamban means object. You required one vritti to concentrate your mind. Vritti means one object, alamban, one thought. Vritti means one thought. So one thought you require to fix your mind, or two thoughts. Right now we have multiple thoughts in our, millions of the thoughts, the whole day coming and going, coming and going. We cannot just tell our mind, stop thinking. We cannot do this thing. So Asian yogis figure out the tool that, okay, this is the tendency of the mind, that it's wander here and there and having millions of the thoughts. Give them one thought, give them one alamban, one object. So it could be the light, the picture, it could be the statue. Alamban could be anything, your breath, or the sound. It could be any sense. And you choose the one sense, sight, sound, taste, anything, whatever you want to focus on. And instead of using all the millions of, wandering in the millions of the thoughts, you're trying to fix your mind on the one thought with the help of the alamban object. This part called dharana, this part, which is act of doing involved, where you are putting the effort, fully effort. I have to concentrate on the flame of the candle. I have to concentrate on the picture of that face. So here you're putting the effort, dharana. When your mind is trained in that procedure, it automatically you go into the dhyana state, the meditative state. How you go into the dharana? With the pratyahar, prati ahar. Prati ahar. If we divide pratyahar into the two words, prati plus ahar. Pratyahar means food of the senses. Ahar means food. Pratyah means food, senses. So we have more than 5 senses, but all of you are aware of the 5 senses, right? Sight, taste, smell, sound, right? These are our senses. Touch, major 5 senses. These 5 senses, through these 5 senses, you perceive the world. You see the outside environment. So withdrawal from that. Stop providing the food for them. Because whenever your eyes remain open, your mind is diverted, right? Like, for example, if I tell you, okay, observe the light, the flame of the candle. You're focusing, you're concentrating, you're focusing on your eyes, but something moving around you, your mind is diverted immediately. You start seeing somebody is passing. So this is the obstacle. If I say, okay, listen this particular sound, then other sound, the honking of the cars or the ride or chirping of the birds, disturbing you, or barking of the dogs, other sound you start listening. So stop listening, stop seeing, stop smelling, stop tasting, and stop touching, feeling the touch. But when I'm saying stop, you cannot do it. It's impossible. You cannot shut your ears, you cannot shut your eyes. It's impossible to do it. But there's a way. Pratyahar along with the dharana. When you are practicing the dharana, automatically you are practicing the pratyahar. You cannot remove these things from outside environment. There's a sight, there's a sound, there's a smell, there's a taste. There's many people who wants to touch you. You cannot remove these things. What you can do? You can do one thing. You can practice the dharana. So dharana play very important role. When you're practicing the dharana, automatically your mind withdrawal from these senses. withdrawal of the senses, the pratyahar, happen automatically. If you give your mind one object, because the tendency of the mind is what? To focus on the one thing. Your mind is not multitask. You cannot do the two things together. It's look like, but you cannot do. Just take the example. The moment if I telling you, okay, listen my voice. Moment you're listening my voice, you're ignoring the backside sound. When you are moving your mind towards the back, in the background, some sound is coming to you. When you are listening that, you're missing my voice. But mind is, moving so fast. This is the capability. Mind is faster than any other things. Even light. We consider light is faster than anything. Even from the mind is faster than the light and the sound. Within a microsecond, mind can travel across the world. You're sitting here, you can be in London, you can be in Canada. And the moment I'm telling you name, you are there. If you have past experienced. Very quickly moved from places to places and situation to situation. Even bullet train cannot cross it. You cannot beat, even you can beat every faster thing of this planet. That's the capability of the mind. It moves so fast, so you get the idea about it that I can do the two things together, but actually you're not doing two things. And even there is many results. That's why while driving, music is not allowed. Many countries, they ban the music. Phones are not allowed because your mind is diverted. After, the research done by the mini university, they figure out that mind has only the one capability to focus on the one particular thing at a one time. So we know this fact. So that's why we're giving the object. But yes, your mind also have this problem to move fast, very quickly. To stop this thing, we require the other tool. So we sometimes give the two objects, seeing and listening same time. So because mind has the tendency, we're gonna come to know when I'll introduce the other method of the dharana. So these are the tools, either it's vipassana, samyayik vipassana, or the anapan, or the chanting meditation, pranav meditation, or modern meditation, walking meditation, any tool. Every tool take you towards the dhyana. It's going to lead you towards the dhyana. These are the tool which it is a tool of the dharana. Along with the dharana, when we are pratyahar, these two are inseparable things. So when I'm giving you instruction, okay, observe your breath, how the breath is going in and coming out, you can see your momentary, your mind is focused on that. That time you are not indulge yourself in any kind of thoughts. And when you are moving towards the thoughts, you forget to observe your breath. You miss out your breath. When I have given you instruction, inhale and exhale from the belly, right? Sometimes your mind is not in the observing the breath. It lost in the thought. Initial level, it's gonna lost. So that means when mind is indulging in the thoughts, it's not able to observe the instruction, whatever I'm giving to you. And when you're observing the instruction, you're not able to move or lost in the thoughts. So, pratyahar, withdrawal from the senses. When you're observing anything, when you're observing the flame of the candle, listening the one particular sign, automatically your mind shut off towards the seeing, smelling, feeling the touch even, and listening the other sound as well. It's happened very few seconds, and that duration we have to increase. And daily when we are practicing, you increase that duration. The very second which your mind is under your control and focusing on the one object, that would be increased slowly and gradually. And then this thing take you towards the dhyana. So pratyahar, dharana, inseparable thing. You don't require the separate practice of practicing the pratyahar, where many people misunderstood the meaning of the pratyahar, but actually it's automatically happening to you. You just need to practice the dharana. You practice the dharana, pratyahar automatically gonna happen, because this is the tendency of your mind. So I hope this pratyahar along with the dharana lead you towards dhyana. Why we require the dhyana, meditation, the floating part? So we enter into the samadhi. Samadhi, on the philosophy class, you get better understanding, but I'll just briefly giving you union, samadhi, sammalit ho jana. It means samajana. It means united. How you gonna unite it? United, it's like united like that you become inseparable. Identity. Like how the salt mix in the water. You cannot see the salt, all the sugar particles in the water. How the raindrops, again through the technology, we can separate the salt and the sugar from the water. It is a soluble, water soluble. But there's no technology invented which separate the rainwater from the river water. Raindrops, when mixed to the river water, you cannot separate it, that this is the raindrops and this is the river drops. And there is no technology invented when river is meeting with the ocean. There is no technology you can find out this is the ocean water or this is the river water. Once they merge, it's inseparable. They lose their own identity. That union we are talking about, the samadhi, which is the ultimate, which lead you, which come automatically to you. Again, this dhyana and the samadhi automatically. This is the state of the consciousness which you achieved, which come naturally to you. You don't require putting effort into that. You will achieve eventually. But yes, you have to do the daily practice, and then you start living your life, and then nobody can stop you to enter into the dhyana and to enter into the samadhi. So we have various of the tools. And this samadhi take you towards the niruddha avastha. Niruddha avastha is the final state of the human being where he attained the liberation, you can say, or salvation, nirvana, kaivalya, moksha, meaning. What these are the words, the philosophy teacher will explain you very much detail. But I hope you understand this routine. And why we require this thing? We forget about if you're not wanted to be a yogi, but at least we want to get the peace. I'm not looking for the liberation. That's fine. You're not maybe looking for the liberation, salvation, or samadhi, but still we required practicing the dharana. Why? Because our mind is creating so much disturbance to the environment and to ourselves. This time is the best time for practicing the dharana. Why? Because this is the most chaotic world we are living, which disturbing and creating the chaos. Because of our mind, so much chaos we have created in the nature and to ourselves, which is irreversible. So we require the peace. In order to get the bliss, we require dharana. And yes, to come out the anxiety, frustration, psychosomatic problem, mental issues, many mental issues, all the problems, split personality disorder, depression, or the even sociological or emotional level disturbance, any problem you're having would be sorted out. Because many yogis and many scientists, even naturopathy, strictly believe that most of the 80% problem is psychosomatic. It started with the mind. And to control the mind, we have to practice the dharana. Even if you're not looking for the higher goal, but if mind come under your control through any tools, through any practice, I think everything would be sorted out, right? You would be the very perfect person, isn't it? You achieve the perfection. Whatever goal you want to achieve, the success in your life, you want to be rich, you want to be a doctor, engineer, or whatever goal you are having it, you can achieve it once you master the slave of our mind. Mind say eat sweet, so we are eating it, right? We are eating the pizza, bread, all the packets food, which is not nutrition, which is not giving nutrition at all, but we are eating it because our mind tell us we want to wake up 4 o'clock, but we are not able to follow the routine. Why? Because our mind is lazy. So if mind get under our control, imagine what you can do. You can do whatever you want to do. You are having more peace, you can attain more bliss, and you are whatever lifestyle you want to have, you can follow it. And of course, the success or the money, whatever goal you are having, you will get through the mind. When mind works according to you, I think all the people in this world, they know what is right and what is wrong. There's no need to tell them. But because their mind is not following their direction, that's why it's prolonging their suffering. So I hope you understand this concept. Any doubt till here? The understanding the pratyahar, which pratyahar plus dharana. It doesn't mean that pratyahar gonna happen first. It's happened together. Once you're focusing on object, focusing on the alamban, pratyahar automatically gonna happen, and then which lead you towards the dhyana automatically. So
Yes, I have one question. It is indirectly connected to this, to dharana and to dhyana, because, for example, there is one tool of so-called dharana, because you say that for dharana we can use one or two objects, right? Like sound or visualization, for example. But if we observe not only our breath, not only one sound, but we somehow reflect all the senses, like what we are seeing, what we are hearing, what we are feeling by the touch, so it becomes more than two senses. For example, three, or maybe even to all 5 or 6. So if we perceive it like our mind itself, like reflecting it, it's like we are not separate from this feelings, sensations, and the sound is like inside our mind, but at the same time it's not inside outside. So this like inseparable meditation. Is it is it dharana or is it samadhi? In this classification, how it is called? How can we address?
Initial level, dear, I have already told you, initial level you require the tool, but there's a people who can directly go into the samadhi. As I told you, dhyana, when you are doing all that, it touch, you enjoying all the things which you are seeing around it, you live in the present second, present moment. That is a meditation, which you're not forcing yourself. That's happened. The thing which you are telling that all our senses are involved in order to get the better picture of the surrounding, of course, that required for the understanding the present moment. But that happened in the dhyana. When you are connected to the surrounding completely and as well as connected to yourself as well to understand. But what happened, our mind, because we completely disconnected our body, disconnected ourselves, so we invented many tools. So ancient yogis figure out that now people are not living in the present moment, they're living in the past and the future. Even they are sitting on the beautiful environment, but they're thinking about, they're comparing, oh my, this world is far better than the past. They're moving. So this has to be stopped. The mind which is going into the past, or they start planning, I would be plan my vacation here, I would be staying more days here, and if they are not able to stay and prolong their duration in that peaceful environment, they feel sad about it. So both thing, so it's like we have this tendency not living in that very second, that moment. Once you get into that very second, that very present moment, then you require include using all the senses. That wonderful. That is a samadhi state. Many yogis, they connected to everything, to the environment, same time. But we common people cannot do. We cannot do. So we required certain tools. So we start from the one thought, because we have many past memories and future to, even if we are living in the present, we compare ourselves to the past. Oh, what a beautiful scene we are having, this comparison. We go into the past, oh, this place is wonderful, because earlier we are living in that thing. Even within our mind, we're comparing things. So this has to be stopped. And yogis, they achieved, when they entered into the samadhi, when they entered into the dhyana, through the tools, through the one object, of course, they required the tools. Then they observe everything, they expand everything. Their senses become more sharp. They can listen very beautifully. They experience better. We are incapable. But yes, there's a yogis. So dhyana, maybe one object, maybe more than one object, or maybe you include all the senses and you perceive more than sense. There's more than 18 senses. You include it and your minds achieve, you experience better. That is also the meditation, because you're not putting effort in. And this stage will come automatically to you. You cannot force yourself right now. So yeah, there's the stages. But yes, those people who cannot directly go into that state where they perceive better and include and induce all the senses and reach to the samadhi, because samadhi state, I don't know, but it mentioned in the Asian text that samadhi is like you united, you merge with everything around you, the supreme consciousness, the individual consciousness merge with the Supreme, it means you connected with everything. You see the link. So it means you required all the senses. Or maybe in Samadhi you don't require it. You're not dependent on those senses. Maybe there's another sense which you evolved and you linked up that. It could be possible. But my point is that effortless should be the act, effort and effortless. This thing should be there. Understand?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, that's the whole purpose. But yes, because we have varieties, many people are having the different approach. So we have the different tools of the meditation as well. Thousands of the tools are invented to control our mind by the ancient yogis, yes. And so we can reach to that natural state of our mind where we start living in the present moment and enjoy each and every part of the life. So to reach that state, which is right now we are not here, that level, right now we are not there. To reach that state, we take the help of these tools. There are many varieties of many alambans given by the Asian yogis, alamban objects, which in coming session we're gonna talk about it. So tomorrow we're gonna learn the Buddhist meditation Anapan. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna start the session with Anapan, and then we're gonna see how we are practicing the pratyahar. Then it bring more clarity to you that when we are observing, when we are practicing the Anapan, then how we are practicing the pratyahar through the experience. And are you able to reach towards the dhyana or not? You come to know. So, so tomorrow we're gonna talk about the one tool, one method of the dharana, which called concentration meditation. But yes, in today world we call the meditation, but actually it is the dharana which we are practicing. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna talk about it. Clear? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So meet you. We're gonna end the session with the 3-time Om and Shanti. Okay. Keep your come into the sitting posture. Keep your back, neck straight, aligned, and gently close your eyes. Go into your asana and observe the alignment. Once you are aligned, now take a deep, prolonged inhalation from the belly and deep, prolonged exhalation. Now inhale for the 3-time Om. Take a deep breath. Om. Om. Shanti. Shanti. Feel the vibration, sensation. Join your both palm. Wrap your palm. Place on your eyes. Feel the warmness. Now very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm gently, open up your eyes with a great smile and say Om Shanti. So meet you in tomorrow class in therapy and Ayurveda class. Om Shanti. Bye-bye. Take care. Bless you.
Shanti. Thank you. See you. Okay.
Dear.